Okay.
Oh, any day of the week. But after Vucevic, at number 8, we had Vucevic, but at number 7, we have somebody who actually put up less stats than Vucevic. Jusuf Nurkić. He was actually hurt most of last year. He barely played, put up less stats, but we have him higher ranked.
Yeah, I mean,
What's going on there?
For me, it's just Nurkic is not only, again, like Vucevic, one of the best offensive centers in the league, but he has little elements to his game that really make him, I think, more valuable. I mean, even amongst centers, I believe he was second in steals with 1.4, only behind Andre Drummond, ironically, who, again, is always one of the top defensive players of the year. Aside from that, too, Nurkic, very efficient. He's one of the best he's one of the best free throw shooters for centers. He really just loses, I guess, his touch on the three-point line. He was only 20% last year, and he did shoot 1.2 per game. And I mean, that's, again, I think that's the big knock on Nurkic for me is his IQ. Again, he shoots at least a 3 per game, and he makes 1 out of 5. So, I mean, he's going to take a bad shot almost every game, essentially. On top of that, too, he had 5 fouls per game last year. So he's a guy who does struggle to actually use his size in a way where he's able to just get blocks and actually just, I guess, disrupt shots opposed to sending someone to the foul line. So I think those are a couple of things that really hurt Nurkic on this list. But those are things I think with maturity and with starting and being in the starting lineup more often are really going to help him. And hopefully he can really get more consistency on his 3-point game too. But I do think overall, just his spacing, again, both on the offensive and defensive end, and his ability to put the ball in the net is really what gets Nurkic high on this list.
Yeah, I can't agree more. It's that fact that he fits in that role that so perfectly in Portland. He's able to hit those shots. He doesn't have to be that star player. Someone like Vucevic, in his role, he has to be that star player. Nurkic doesn't have to be that. But that being said, I don't know if his 5 fouls per game is really fair on him last year. He played 8 games. But I do think that if he comes back to what he was before, he can easily be that 17, 18 points per game guy, get his 10 rebounds per game. But like you say, he stretches the floor. He fits that role that he needs to fit, whether it be in Portland or anywhere else. He is that solid team player. You're right. He does hit his free throws. Astronomer, I don't know why he does very well at that. But I just think he's a really great fit there. My big knock on him is his injuries. 8 games last year. He's been in the league for about 6 years now. He's never actually played more than 79 games. Most of his years have been under 70 games. If he does play an 80-game season, maybe he actually works his way up this list because he does play that fundamentally, that solid role player. He fits in the holes that he needs to do, but he just has to play a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And it does feel like he is a bit soft almost, not in terms of being able to push guys around, but in terms of his body, just not being able to handle it like you maybe mentioned. So hopefully he can do that. Again, back to the free throw shooting. It's amazing for a center how good he really is. He was 0.5 points better than any other center in the league. He almost shoots at a 90% rate for a center. Again, not a lot of games last year, but could he easily be like over 80% free throw shooter for a guy who's obviously, other than, yes, he's going to get the ball and he does play with his back to the net, but when he does grab the ball off the rim, he usually just goes right back up, and that's where he's getting a lot of these fouls. So picks a 3 from the Lillard or McCollum, you grab it, you get to put it back up, and you have a great free throw shooter going to the line. Can't ask for much else.
The Bosnian Beast.
Exactly.